Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I thank the witnesses for coming, and I, along with my colleagues, want to acknowledge the extraordinary loss of 11 lives of brave and hardworking people who died and perished in this accident. A couple of things. I took the trip to the Gulf Coast with the chairman and ranking member, Mr. Barton, some of my colleagues, Mr. Scalise and Mr. Melanson, most significant among them, because they live with the folks whose livelihoods and whose sense of self depends on oil and on fishing. And the heartache that we saw was very powerful. When we flew out over the oil spill, the journey was in a Coast Guard plane that flew low and slow. And traveling out over that magnificent Mississippi Delta and looking down at all the wildlife that we could see, seeing the boats that wanted to be out fishing but couldn't be, going over the Chanticleer Islands with that pristine white sand, knowing how much that landscape and how that economic livelihood is so cherished by Mr. Scalise's people, Mr. Melanson's people. And then seeing that first ribbon of an oil slick, that metallic blue, ominous sight that we saw a few miles off the Chanticleer Island, and then to see this magnificent blue sea become ink black, and then to get out over the oil site, or the rig site where those 11 men perished, and to see this cancerous, flame orange glow on the sea that is the combination of the emulsifiers and the oil is just heartbreaking. And gentlemen, you obviously share the concern about this, but you do have the responsibility. You've been well paid. You know, the head of BP, I think, made about $6 million last year. Mr. Newman, about $5.4 million. Mr. Prober, about $3 million. Mr. Cameron, about $8 million. The folks who are now cleaning up this oil spill, we've got a picture. Mr. Burgess and I spoke to them. There are a couple of women from New Orleans who come out and work for $12 an hour. It's not just golf balls and the other things that people mentioned. It's hardworking people who are coming out standing in the hot sun, and they like a bit of a raise, to tell you the truth. But the other thing that we saw that was so heartbreaking to me is fishermen. And their boats are not filled with fish. They're filled with these booms, and that's what those two women in the earlier picture, they load these boats with booms. And these fishermen are proud. They work incredibly hard. However hard you work, they work harder. And right now, they are in peril. The only thing that's keeping them going is that you're paying them to put booms out to try to keep the oil from the shore and the seabeds. But at the end of the day, we know harm is going to be done. And the one question I want conclusively answered is whether BP, who has the ultimate responsibility here, is going to acknowledge specifically and categorically that it will not limit its liability to those fishermen and women in those tourist industries on that Gulf Coast, those people who've protected the environment, that you will not stop your obligation at the $75 million limit that was established after Exxon Valdez. If they've been harmed by conduct that you're responsible for, then I want, and I think all of us want, an assurance that those fishermen and women, those folks in the tourist industry, and Steve Scalise's, Charlie Melanson's district will be made whole. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.